welcome everyone. My name is Fleur, and for the next half hour I want to work with you on strengthening the midline of our body. So we're going to work into all kinds of rotations, extensions and folds, as well as strengthening our core. So without further ado, try and find a nice comfortable position for you to sit in. You can sit cross-legged, you can sit on your knees, but find a nice tall spine. And then closing your eyes and just arrive in your space. Take maybe a deep breath in through the nose and exhale side out. And then find your breath. Try and really expand the breath into the sides and the back of your body, not only into the front. Notice what happens when you breathe this deeply. And you're not huffing and puffing the breath, you're just finding space. You can even let the belly soften it a little bit as you breathe in. Noticing that like a balloon, your whole ribcage can expand a little bit, as if someone is blowing air into that midline of your body. Now notice how with this breath that is a little wider, your breath is slowed down a bit. And in the practice today, I would like you to become aware of your breath more, so that you can find this breath in even challenging poses, so that you are in the right space, the right dosage for yourself. And then from here, if you like, place your hands to your heart center, lift your heart to your hands, and set your own intention, or send energy or love to someone else. And then take a deep breath in through the nose. And sigh out. Good. And then from here, coming into a tabletop position. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. And let's start working into the spine. Start by making little circles around the midline of your body. So elbows stay straight, and you can imagine that you're you're rotating around the inside of a barrel, or like a hula hoop. We're just finding into one direction, moving slowly through a cat curl, over to one side, and then through a cow. Take a few more rounds, and then change direction, go the other way round. Keep drawing in through the belly button. Nice circling motions through the cat, through the cow, expanding and flexing the chest. Good. And then from here, keeping the knees underneath your hips, move your hands slightly further forward, palms on the floor, rotate your shoulders away from the ears, look forward to the thumbs, and then breathing in, draw the belly in, and exhaling, try to draw through, try to get the armpits to the floor. They won't come there, but that's the idea. Drawing in, and again through a cow and cat, as if you're trying to open up through the chest. Exhaling, reach through. Do a few more, inhaling, exhaling, belly in, so you're breathing into the back body. Exhaling. 2 more. And the last one. And reaching through. And from here, walking your hands back towards you. Tuck your toes and push back into a downward facing dog. And then start walking out through the heels. Pressing one heel down and then the other, keeping that long stretch from the wrist to the shoulders and to your hips. Drawing the belly button in. Good. And then from here, let's do a few rolls through the spine. So some vinyasa rolls. On your inhale, lift your heels up, roll forward. Keep the head tucked. Come all the way forward into a plank position. The head comes up forward last, and then either chaturanga by bending your elbows or bring your knees down. Bend your elbows, coming onto your belly, untuck the toes, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, squeeze the glutes, and then tucking the toes back, push the floor away, push the hips back and up, heels down. And again, lift the heels up, draw the belly in, round through the spine, chest comes forward, and your choice if you want to bring the knees down or chaturanga, bending at the elbows, shoulders come forward into your low cobra or upward dog with the thighs off the mat, rolling the shoulders back, squeeze the glutes, exhaling back into downward dog, pushing the floor away. 3 more. Again, rolling through the spine, heels lift, belly draws in, chest comes forward, exhaling chaturanga, inhaling into your variation, into upward dog or low cobra, exhaling back into downward dog. 2 more, lift the heels up, draw the belly and roll forward. Try not to bring the shoulders lower than your elbows, so you don't collapse here, and then pushing the floor away. Upward dog, shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, into downward dog. Last one. Inhaling, lift the heels, draw belly in, roll forward. Your variation, again I'll show the first one, bending elbows, roll the chest forward, shoulder blades together, elbows back, and back into downward facing dog. Good. From here, come back forward into a plank, just straight forward, chest forward, shoulders over your wrist. Exhale, start to bend your knees towards the right, heels to your left, and reach your hips back. Hold it here, 3 breaths. Keep the arms straight, look towards your knees. Open up the right side of your body. Inhale, coming forward. Other side. Bend your knees to the left, heels to the right. Try to get your hips back towards your heels, keeping your arms straight. Keep the neck relaxed and take 3 breaths here. Remember that deep breath. Finding that you're opening the left side of the body now. Inhale, coming forward. Good. Now, either bring the left knee down, turning left foot to the side and bring right heel down and open up into a side stretch, or just bring your heels over to the left, either feet on top of each other, or you can bring the right foot forward and lift up the hips. Hold it here. 3 breaths. You can do any variations. You can also lift up the top leg. You can do this with your knee down. Find those 3 breaths. Activate the waistline. And coming down on your 3rd breath. Other side. Heels over to the right. Again, find your variation. Either knee down, feet on top of each other, or maybe lift one leg, holding it here. Oh, battle with balance. Make sure your right hand is under your right shoulder. Deep breath. And change over when you're ready. Hands under the shoulders into plank position. Bend your knees, push your hips back and up. Good. Walking out through the feet. Well done. Bring the big toes together, touching. Lift up your right leg into the sky. Point the toes higher. On your exhale, bring the right foot forward between your hands. Stay in a high lunge. Breathe in, lift your arms up. Draw the navel in, squeeze the beta in, ribs together. Arms next to your ears. Hold it here. And then try to bend your right knee a little bit further forward. Oops. Tucking the tailbone, squeeze the glutes. And then from here, bring your hands just down so that the hands are in line with your shoulders. Keep the left arm where it is. And on your exhale, just open your right arm to the side. Notice what happens. Don't let the right shoulder turn in. Keep this space from shoulder to ear open. Find the movement in your middle. Deep breath in. Exhale, look down to your right foot. Bring your left knee down to the floor. Left hip, inside of the right foot. Open through the right arm. If you want, tuck the left knee, tuck toes, and open the chest. Keep pressing into the right foot. Well done. Bring your hands down to the floor, frame your right foot, and then lift up left leg into a standing splits. Draw belly in and then fold over your right leg. Squeeze the left leg back, head draws towards the shin. Coming halfway up, bringing your left hand underneath the left shoulder. If you need to mini bend the back right knee, you can. Flex your left toes so that your hip bones are square to the floor, and then reach your right arm out to the side and try and straighten the right leg. If you have a block, you can place the block underneath your left hand. Right arm out to the side and maybe even open a bit to the side. Bring the right hand down, step yourself back through a vinyasa high plank and chaturanga, or knees down. Into your low cobra, rolling the shoulders back and back to downward dog. Other side, lift your left leg up into the sky. Breathe in, push the floor away. Exhaling, bring that left knee forward, draw the belly in, step it in between your hands. Lift up your arms, high lunge, back heel is lifted. Find a spot to look at. Arms are next to your ears. Squeeze your right glute, draw belly in. And then bringing your arms forward in the height of your shoulders. And then open up through the left side. Try to keep that space. Try and take it slowly so you really notice what happens. There's no point you rotating the shoulders just to get wider. You want to feel it in the middle. Wobble, oops. Keeping your legs engaged. And then coming back, look down to the floor, bring the right knee down, right hand down, inside of left foot, lift up through your left arm, maybe reach the right knee back, keep the neck long, and then framing your left foot, transfer the weight and lift up your right leg, breathe in, point the toes, and then draw your head towards the shin. Keep drawing the belly button in. From here, bring the right hand underneath the right shoulders, flex the right toes, and draw the right hip down. Again, you can mini bend the left knee if you find the hamstrings a bit tight, and then open up the left arm to the side. And again, try to rotate the chest to the left, moving from the collarbones. Squeeze the glutes, so activate your butt cheeks. Reach the right heel back, and then bring the hands down to the floor. Step back into your high plank, and come into your vinyasa chaturanga, into upward dog or low cobra. Exhaling back to downward dog. Good. Stay here 5 breaths, walking out through the heels, just feeling how this feels. Well done. Good, and then from here, walking or stepping to the middle of the mat. Bend your knees slightly, hang forward, and then roll yourself up to standing. Good. Go a little bit more into the middle bit. Step out to the side, so you're in a Prasarita Padottanasana, so wide standing straddle. Open your arms to the side, or you can keep them on the hips. If you want a little bit more, you can reach your arms next to your ears, but then you mustn't let the arms fall forward. So I'll show you this variation. Start to hinge from the hips. Press into the sides of the feet, and keep your neck nice and long. Good. So if you're looking from the side, you're not collapsing with the shoulders. You want to keep the spine long. This should feel quite active in the middle of your body. And then from here, just starting to twist, bringing your left hand outside of your right ankle. Breathing in, come back to center. Exhaling, right hand outside of the left foot. Little pull. 4 more. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, coming back to center and exhaling. Last round. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Come back to center. Let's hold it. Place your left hand outside of your right ankle or your foot, and then reaching your right arm up, draw the navel in. Try to keep your hips square so that you're not collapsing into left hip and poking the right hip up. You want to try to keep the hips as they were when you were standing tall. Try to breathe into the left rib cage as you draw yourself down to the right shin. Keep your kneecaps engaged by lifting the thighs. And change. Coming to the other side. Bring the right hand outside of the left ankle, and again left hand can be up. Activate the legs. Breathing into the right rib cage and draw yourself down towards the left shin. Well done, one more breath here. Come back to center. And then framing the front of the mat, step yourself back into the high plank. 2 chaturanga. Upward dog, lift the chest. Exhaling down the dog. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump or walk through to seated. Legs out in front of you. How much time have we got? Not much. So quick. Half an hour, so quick. Good. From here, bring your arms forward. Slowly roll yourself down. Just a little bit. And then when you're ready, bend your knees and take your knees with you. So your knees come over your hips and your feet are over your knees. Bring your hands behind your head and neck and let your head rest in your cupped hands very gently. So you're not pressing your head back. You just want to release the neck. Give your head a little shake if you can. Tuck the tailbone so that your lower back is spread into the back. Elbows are straight forward, not open. So bring them forward. Keep your chin away from your chest as if there's an orange underneath your chin. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, straighten your left leg and reach both your elbows up towards your right knee. Pull your lower belly down and try to keep the shoulder blades off the mat. Inhale, come back to center. Tuck the tailbone, hold the breath. Exhale, straighten your right leg and bring both your elbows towards your left knee. Try not to pull your chin to your chest or elbows inwards. You want to keep the elbows leading beyond your knee. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath. Lift the shoulders a little higher. And then straighten your left leg. Reach your elbows towards and beyond your right knee. Pull your belly down. I know it burns. Come back. Inhale, back to center. Lift your shoulders. Tuck the tailbone. Exhale, straighten right leg and bring both your elbows up towards your left knee. You can do this. Stay soft in your head. Not in your head, in your neck. Inhale, come back to center. Lift your tailbone. Straighten left leg. Exhale, reach your elbows towards your right knee. Pull your belly down. Find that determination. One more round. Inhale, back to center. Tuck tailbone. Lift your elbows up. Exhale, straighten right leg and reach your elbows up towards your knee. Keep the chest open. Draw the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Slowly lower your upper back onto the floor. Bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a little hug side to rock, a little rock side to side. Well done. So working into that nice core stretch. Okay, from here, let's take a little movement into our back. Bring the arms out to the side. Tuck the tailbone and then draw your hips up. Lift them up. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you. Press into your feet. Activate the toes by lifting the toes off the floor. Draw the belly in and open the chest. Hold it here. Find deep breath. If you want, you can interlace the hands underneath your buttocks. And then press into the pinky fingers, keeping the arms straight. Feeling the connection of your shoulders and back on the floor. Three more breaths. Keep knees moving forward and together so they don't flare out. And then slowly releasing the arms and roll down. You can lift the heels if you like, coming onto your back. Once your sit bones are on the ground, you can just bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Good. And then from here, straighten out your right leg. Take your left knee with your right hand and then draw the knee over towards the right. Maybe the left arm wants to be bent or straightened out. You can look up or you can look to the side. Spinal twist. You can also bend both knees if this is too intense. Or you can entwine the legs, maybe hooking your left foot, underneath your right knee. Find again the connection to your breath. And then slowly release, coming back to center, straightening out the left leg, bending your right knee, and then rolling over to the left side. Right arm stretches out, or if it's comfortable you can bend it. Few more breaths. And then coming back to center. Bringing both knees back into your chest. Good. Lift up the feet, draw the chin in, and give yourself a little massage up and down the back. Good. Going to come to a little forward fold, so from here straighten your legs out in front of you. Reach your arms up, breathe in, and draw the navel in to reach far forward. If you can, grab hold of your big toes, hook them under, or you can grab your ankles. If that's not available, maybe take a belt or a towel that you can pull around the legs and try to pull on the edges so you can straighten up through the chest. Same if you're holding the feet or the sides of the feet. Reach the heels forward rather than pulling your toes towards you. Lift the elbows and find again the edge for today. Breathing into it, draw the knees down to the floor. You can also mini bend them if you're finding it very challenging. Notice if you're rounding the shoulders and collapsing down. So keep just a little bit of effort with the connection to the breath. You're here or here, still kind of lifting belly button inwards, wide. Heels reach back, forward. Okay, and then release. Give the legs a little shake. And one more time, roll yourself down, draw the navel in. Well done. And then from here, bringing your feet in. If you like, you can come to a little inversion. So maybe placing hands underneath your buttocks and just lifting the legs up and letting them float for a few moments. This can be enough. If you are familiar with shoulder stand and you like it or it feels good and you don't have any neck issues or high blood pressure or problems in the spine, then you can bring your hips up, bring your hands onto the lower back, walk your hands up the back and straighten the legs, or stay in the variation where you support your hips. And then look up to your feet, do not look side to side. Keep activating the adductors, so the inner leg energy. Try to keep your breath nice and smooth. And then slowly lowering your legs over your head for Halasana, the plow pose. Again, if you feel like you're quite tight in the lower back, bend your knees slightly, keep drawing the belly in. Hover the legs. If they touch the floor, keep reaching up through your sit bones and maybe interlace the hands behind your back. And then slowly release, bending your knees. Bring the hands onto the back for a moment and then onto the mat behind you. And with control, rolling yourself out. If you have the hands under your back, just bend the knees and then one by one either lowering them down or for another core work, lowering the legs slowly towards the floor, engaging the core. Once you're here, Open the legs, take a deep breath in, squeeze everything together. Push yourself into the floor. And then exhale, release everything. And then let yourself become very still. Take a deep breath, maybe and sigh it out so you can sink into the floor. And you can either stay here for quite some time, maybe by pausing the video. Otherwise, I'll let you be here for another minute. Letting yourself become really heavy, so belly is relaxed and arms and legs are relaxed and heavy. Head is soft and relaxed. And then in your own time, you can take a deep breath in, reaching your arms over your head, pointing the toes and stretch out. And either roll yourself over to one side or bring your knees into the chest and start to rock up and down the spine. I'm going to do the gentle version. And then pushing the floor away. Coming up to seated. Finding again a nice comfortable seated position for yourself. Having the eyes closed. Notice the energy around the waist, in the back of the body, in the front in your core. Let the belly begin to be a bit soft again when you breathe in. Find again that breath from the beginning if you lost it. Now it's time to pick it back up so you can find again that deep, releasing, energizing breath. Feeling how the ribs expand again to the sides and the back also. And then from here, bringing your hands to your heart center, remind yourself of your intention or the energy you sent out or love. And then take a breath in and sigh it out. Thank you so much for joining me in this class today. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Namaste, everyone.